Hey everybody!
Hello! Hi. It is a Tuesday tutorial. I am not a nightmare. I am Amber. And it's Halloween. Yay!
Yay!
So, as you can see, I'm dressed up slightly different than normal. And the good news is the theme today is a
Just
cat
a little
look.
different.
Just a little different. So our theme today is a cat look for Halloween. And so just real quick, and then I'll let Jene get into it. But real quick, when we first said this, I made a joke of like, oh, I'm just gonna have digital fur technology like the Cat movie. And then they're like, oh, you should really do a look from like Cats, the musical. So I was like, of course, I'll be Grisabella. So that's what I am. I did nail that I look crazy and busted and sad. So that part of the character, I nailed it. So that, as far as
Oh,
that goes, I did nail that. Thankfully, Janae is going to lead us through a much cuter and much simpler look. So this is just, make you feel better about your cat looks for the future. But Janae is going to do a real cute one for us today, I'm really excited about it. So Janae, yes,
oh my
let's see
gosh.
her.
Amber, I seriously applaud your commitment to Halloween cat look week of Tuesday tutorials because
Thank you.
heaven knows that took you forever and it looks really good. You look like
Oh, thank
Grisabella.
you.
Like I got it right away when I saw you. And I think your
Oh,
hair looks awesome. I think you did a great job. It's
I,
perfect.
I I oddly don't mind the hair and this pretend cat ears curliness. Yeah, might come back in a
It's so
future
cute.
episode as a human. Who knows?
Who knows? It's great. And I think that if we have time at the end, you should sing us a song from
Oh
Cats,
Lord.
obviously.
Of course, sure. If we have time.
But this is going to be kind of an in-depth look today, so we may not have time for that.
Yeah, that's
But
okay.
we are going to be doing a lot of steps, and most of what we're doing today is going to be using black cake mascara. So if you've got
Yay.
your cake mascara handy, good. If you don't, go grab it. Go grab a little dish of water. Go grab yourself a precision brush like the one from the Mascara Brush Duo set. Or you could even use a lip brush if you don't have that one and you want to use something. A lip brush will work fine for this look as well. Any kind of fine point brush with your cake mascara. And it doesn't have to be black if you wanted to be a brown cat. You could use the brown cake if you wanted to kind of do that sort of look. Or if you wanted to do something fun and funky, you could use the purple one and you could do like orange and purple and be like Halloween colors.
Ooh.
You do whatever you want, but cake mascara is going to be the tool to get you there. And it's going to be super fun. So we will be painting on with it. It is going to feel a little bit like face paint, but of course, when we use face paint or like cheap Halloween makeup from from like a costume shop, that stuff is not good for your skin. It's fine if you're going to put it on for an hour or two, one day of the year on Halloween, okay. But don't wear that stuff other than that. Don't leave it on all day, don't but I'm sure if you've ever used that Halloween makeup kind of face paint type things and you've worn it for an extended period of time, the next day your skin hates you. It's like, why did you do that to me? I'm now
Yeah.
oily and dry and I'm breaking out and I'm all these angry things. You could really have some reactions to that because it's just meant to give you lots of color and really lay on thick, but it's not really meant to be worn all the time, good for your skin, nothing like that. However, cake mascara, totally great. You can wear it all day long and you won't have any problems. So that will be awesome. And we're going to totally do that. But before we jump into using cake mascara, the first thing we want to do is we actually want to use some eyeshadow and give ourselves an eyeshadow look using that. And we can do so, this part is totally up to you. So, the fun thing about doing a cat look, and I'm just going to talk while I get started, and I'm going to use the Club Babaloo palette, of course. So the fun thing about this cat look is that the principles of the cat look apply to all kinds of cats. So if you if you want to be just a regular house cat or what have you, great. If you want to be like a tiger, this works. Even
Yeah.
other animal species, maybe you can take some tips and tricks if you're like, oh, I want to be a mouse or I want to be a bear. Then like these kinds of things will still work for your look depending on what you want to do. If you want to be a jellicle cat, like Amber, then perfect. The cat look I'm doing today is kind of like the picture we posted on Instagram, if you saw that. Super duper cute. We did that one on a model, and it was fabulous on her, and she looks adorable. And so this is kind of like, a cat look that is cute and fun, and can be worn however. So, like, I'm not wearing a cat costume. I did like little fake ears with my hair, and otherwise, I'm just wearing normal clothes. I'm wearing little ghost earrings, and I'm wearing like a stripy shirt. But again, if you wanted to, you could like, you could wear a whole costume. You could wear the ears and the tail and the little mittens and whatever. So much fun. But
And it's
I
kind of
just
a
think
good
this is a
one.
great one.
Yeah, for this kind of Halloween, because it'll be a different Halloween, and maybe you just want a little bit of something for fun to have a little bit of a costume, but you don't have to spend any extra money or anything like that. You get to just kind of do something a little simple and a little cute, have some cute Instagram pictures to show for it, and still have fun on Halloween.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And I actually was thinking this might be what I do for Halloween myself, because I still haven't picked anything. And I know that
Oh,
my daughter's going to be a pumpkin. And I just thought, like, I had another brush. I think I dropped it. Oh, well, that's fine. I'll keep using that one. Um, this is like so classic and so easy, and I don't need to go buy anything for this look. So why not stick with what I got? So that's, there you go. Just
and I
use
just
what you
wanted to
have.
say one thing quickly. Natalie, who's here a lot, part of our Tuesday squad, she has a cat. I'd love to. Yes, she has a cat, and her name is the cat's name is Catrick Swayze. And I just wanted to tell everyone that so everyone can hear it, because that is an excellent cat name.
I love
So if you want to
that.
dress as
Patrick
Catrick
Swayze.
Swayze, delightful.
Do it. Shout out to Patrick Swayze. I hope Patrick Swayze enjoys Tuesday tutorials.
Yes. Yes, I would love to see a little cat watching patiently. I would love to see a cat's
As we do cat
reaction to
makeup.
any of these cats. Yeah.
Seriously. Okay, so for my eye look, what I'm doing is pretty basic. I'm just using the colors of from the Club Babaloo palette. I use Ricardo Rose so I can have some Halloween orange. And then I use Band Leader Brown. And I'm going to be honest with you, I just decided those colors as I was putting them on my face, because you can do anything. And I didn't know which ones I was going to do. And I was like, what am I feeling? So all this to say, this part is completely customizable to you, and you can even forego it. Although I think have fun and wear a little shadow. And basically for my shape, I just did, the lid with the orange and then the brown into the crease, kind of making more of an angular V type little shape on the corners there to really help with the cat eye shape. But you could also do any of the techniques that we've done before. Like you could do a smoky eye for this, and start with that if you wanted to. There's a lot. So basically that's that for my eyeshadow, except one more little trick I'm gonna do. Using my fingers, I'm going to use my lightest color, McGillicuddy Roots, and I'm going to just put a line straight down my nose. Whoop. And you can really pack this on. And if you have a brighter color too, like white shadow or something, you can do that. Basically, when we think of cats have little flat noses with like a little stripe down the middle. So I'm kind of trying to recreate that a bit. And then I'm going to use Band Leader Brown, which is what I used on right here, and just go right on down the side there. Oh no, I put on too much. Oh, that's really
That's
much more
okay.
than I wanted.
Yeah, the dark shadows, so the Band Leader Brown and the Salesman Blue and the Mertz Mauve, they are goes a long way. But it's good, and you'll see right now as it blends out pretty nicely. And for a cat, I bet it'll actually work pretty nice to have that little more dramatic kind of shadow.
Yeah, I think so. We'll just go with that. Yep. Good reminder that these are highly pigmented shadows. Oh boy, I barely touched my nose, and now look where we are. Now look at us. Okay, so now my nose looks super duper cat-like at the top anyway. Okay. Okay, so
Yay.
that's all you need to do with shadow. That's it. Easy.
Ooh,
Just
that's
do, it's
easy.
kind of a whatever you want. pop on a little bit of color to become the type of animal you want to be. And it looks like you use lots of blues for yours, Amber.
I think it's maybe the light because I ended up using the black cake mascara for all the kind of lines and painted under the eyes, and then I actually used just taupe and brown on the tops of the eyes. But I ended up, because if you look at the
Oh,
Betty Buckley version, she's got these like really pointy shapes, almost like Kiss the band. Anyway, so I tried to do those pointy shapes, and they looked even worse. So I kind of went back through and just blended it out. So it's more of just circles, and perhaps, Grisabella shed a tear, that became more that kind of look. But yeah, it does actually, it's surprisingly, it's blended with a white, like a clown white, a stage makeup. But it does give it a kind of a bluish tone, just a tinge, at least in this lighting.
yeah. Okay, next we are going to apply our eyeliner with our cake mascara, and we're going to do a very dramatic cat eye. Of course, can't have a cat without cat eyes, so go ahead and just start applying it like you normally would, and then when you get to the wing area, I will show you how dramatic we're going to be.
And it's kind of nice with liner to start it even when you know it's going to be something more dramatic, to just start it normally and kind of don't even worry about the wing and build it up. Because sometimes if you start with the biggest thing, it's just harder to change or correct if it's not quite the right place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oop. I put it in the wrong spot. That's okay.
That's okay.
My cat will have a freckle.
Oh, I like that.
Just gotta go with it.
Well, and that's one thing I kept telling myself. I was like, you know what? Cats, everything's not symmetrical. There's fur on their face. So just the lines that are uneven, it's just fur. Blend it out, looks patchy. That's just how fur is now. That's what I kept telling myself. But it's like, it kind of looks good being imperfect a little bit. It just doesn't have to be super clean.
Okay, so I went ahead and I applied kind of a thick liner, and I haven't done my wing yet, but as you can see, that's where we're getting started. It's like thick for a normal day, like a little thicker than I might normally go, but it's not crazy. It's not covering my whole eyelid. But now for the wing, we're gonna go really dramatically up toward the eyebrow and get all the way up there. Wow, so let's do it.
And we talked about this before a little bit, but instead of kind of starting at the bottom of your eye, you want to kind of start from the top of your eyelid, like start your wing there and move up, and that'll make it easier to get the extreme angle for that. And let us know in the comments if you guys have decided on your Halloween costumes or looks. I know we've had a couple in here. Also, Catrick Swayze has his own Instagram, I just heard, so go and follow Catrick the cat. Absolutely. I imagine there's many great pictures in there.
Only if Catrick follows me back.
Well, true. Yeah, that looks so
yeah,
nice.
There we go. I'm actually kind of impressed that I was able to do that on my first try like that. I think the key is making sure you have a super fine brush like this one, and also making sure your cake mascara is the right consistency. So not too like drippy wet, not too like liquid, and not too like barely coming off the cake. It needs to be the perfect tacky amount, and then get that brush nice and flat if you can while you do it. And I didn't start up here and then try to make one line. I kind of started at the halfway point and then just did little strokes and then worked my way up and then connected it into the eye. See, so if you compare, this is where this liner was here, and then once I made the line, I connected it, so it brought it up, if you can kind of see. Yeah. So now I'll do it again on the other side.
And then to give you a break, so
it feels like I'm going kind of fast.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
And we had a couple questions. So Nicole asked if we had a hooded eyeliner tutorial. We don't have any that are specifically about hooded eyes, but we do talk about things to do for hooded eyes in most of our eye looks. So I know we mentioned that, especially in the one last week about Lauren Bacall. We mentioned that. And then also in our very first one from quite a while ago, we have one about eyeliner, and the makeup artist does give techniques on what to do for hooded eyes as well. And that one's more about wings. And I know she gives a couple extra tips for people with hooded eyes. And then question dear to my heart, Louisa asked if we've seen the new Cats movie, just briefly. I own Cats on DVD, the movie, because it's crazy. It's a hard, Jene, is the most shocking thing I've ever said. The Cats movie is terrible. It's scarier than me right now. It looks bad, but it's so strange that and it has a director's commentary on the DVD, which is why I bought it. But it's so strange and so bad in ways it didn't have to be, that I'm just very mesmerized by it. So I'm very familiar with the Cats movie because I'm strange. But did you ever watch it? It's just so weird, and I had to hear that director's commentary.
I don't want to. When I saw the first trailer, I was like, "That's gonna be a no from me, dog. Like I'm not watching Cats. No, thank you."
That's fair.
I've since watched a lot of reviews here on YouTube from some of my favorite YouTubers that talk about movie reviews or musicals or what have you. And it's further confirmed that I don't actually need to watch it now because I've seen all the cringe moments. And to be honest, I love musicals. I love musical theater, but Cats has never been one for me that I have been a big fan of. And I know some people love it and they've grown up with it. And I hear you and I'm glad that you love it, but that's not for me. Not for me, not my musical. Don't really care about it. So I'm sorry. I hope that doesn't offend anybody. But yeah, no. So the answer is no. I appreciate it in the regards of like it being such a phenomenon, being on Broadway for so long. Andrew Lloyd Webber, gotta love him. So these are good things. But
yeah, you don't have to like everything. No. You have to.
I can't believe you own it on DVD, Amber. I think you're the only person I know who owns that DVD.
I hope
you may have been the only person who bought it.
I'm probably it was me and I don't even think I was gonna say me and Andrew Lloyd Webber, but he's gone on record being like, that movie wasn't good. The director's commentary is so serious because I kind of thought it would be like, hey guys, this turned out pretty bad, right? Sorry, but it wasn't. It was just like, the philosophy behind this cat song is how cats have many names and then they go into a meditative state. And that's the whole commentary of just like philosophy of cats. And then he thought it was funny when James Corden like fell down. It is strange.
Good.
Very strange.
Okay.
Is it on Blu-ray? Asked Sarah. I don't know. I don't have a Blu-ray player. It probably is.
Probably is, yeah.
Jen also said it felt like a bad trip. Yeah, it's something. It's something else. Not for everyone. Not for most people, I would say. Did you get a chance to see Hocus Pocus, Jene?
I actually did. I watched it last night. Man, I'm just going to sound like such a fuddy-duddy because here I am saying all this unpopular opinion about Cats as a musical, and now I'm going to give another unpopular opinion and say that like I didn't really care for Hocus Pocus and I'm really sorry, but I tried and I watched it and I've never seen it before. I think I can tell that it was something that I feel I needed to have seen as a child, where I would have just liked it for the spectacle of it all and not really questioned anything about it. But as an adult watching it for the first time, I was trying to watch it with reasoning behind it and being like, now, why would they do that? Now, why would anybody make this choice? What was the point of, how on earth does this woman who's been dead for 300 years, this witch, know the words to "I put a spell on you" when she wasn't even yeah, so I realized as a kid these were things that I wouldn't have thought of and wouldn't have thought to question. I'd just be like, wow, kids running from witches, and then in the end it's all good and happy and they're friends. But yeah, I think I missed that opportunity.
That's
and so
okay.
Unfortunately wasn't my favorite, but I watched it just for you guys, just so I could tell you that I did.
Mm-hmm. And, and with all these things, I think it's totally fine. Everybody have your own opinion. I only think it's bad when people like get super upset when you like or don't like something. And that's our thing is like, you don't have to like the Cats movie. In fact, I would be shocked if you did. And you can love Hocus Pocus. That's great. Like we don't want to take anything away from that. It's just different. Yeah, you're
Of
so right,
course.
Jene. Those movies, when you don't see them as a kid, it's just such a different experience.
It is, and
Watching
I
it now.
understand that. So I wish I could
Big
go back in
deal.
time and watch it as a kid and see it that way because I'm sure that that's the way to watch that movie. But let's talk about what I've been doing on my face for the last minute. I did some under eye eyeliner, which I feel like I never do, and I feel like I look like a different
Yeah.
person right now with this kind of makeup on. So I connected my eyeliner. This, which by the way, if if you're doing this, we want to really, like I said, go point up to the end of your eyebrow with this line. Don't go like straight out. That's more like a, I don't know, like a Cleopatra kind of eye, where it's more upward for that cat eye look because of how cat's eyes are pointed that way compared to humans' eyes. So I added a little more on the top of my eye toward the center of the eye. Then I brought all this all the way, not all the way in yet, because instead of meeting up and doing a full circle around the eye, I'm actually going to bring this down toward my nose on both sides. So that's what I'm going to do next. When you do that bottom liner, by the way, make sure that you hug it really close to your bottom lash line as much as you can. Because if you get too far away from your eye, it's going to make your eyes not look so cat-like, I think.
And people already love actually the wings on you just now, how they look just for normal makeup. So it can be a fun
Oh,
kind of
well, thank
dramatic.
you. Yeah,
Ooh, that
very
looks
dramatic.
good.
Do do do.
Ooh. And definitely when you're doing these, like for some reason, doing eyeliner, because I've done that a million times, is, not super challenging. But as soon as I had to make a line on any other place on my face, it's very difficult. So with cake
It
mascara, it's
is.
really dark, but it will wash easily if you make a little mistake. And just like go slow. Do little strokes and stuff like that until you're more confident with it. And that'll just help make it easier to do and give you a little, it'll just mostly make it easier, most importantly.
You're so right, Amber, because I'm totally used to putting on my eyeliner pretty much the exact same way every time around the same places on my eyes. And then when we tried the overliner look, I remember how difficult that was because I was putting eyeliner like places I've never put it before, and it feels
Yeah.
totally different. And so, yeah, like I didn't like this. I just licked my finger, my clean finger, don't worry, and and wiped it away a little bit so I could redo it and try to get it to match a little better.
And cake mascara is great because as I was doing mine, I kept trying to rub it away to like blend it a little bit, which I don't know why I was doing. That's not how it works. When you rub, like when I rubbed it wherever it was on my face, it wouldn't go anywhere. But as soon as I added a little water, then it washed away and was really simple. So it is a great thing to use for any of these kind of Halloween face painty types of looks. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I gonna like go through my whole mascara cake? Not even close. And have it all under my eyes and all over my face.
Okay, what do we think? Is that very cool? I think
Oh, I
that's
think that looks
cool. I
good.
think I'm looking like a cat. This is actually just kind of a fun look in general.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I like it. Okay, so that's that for that. Next, we are going to do eyebrows, and we're going to give ourselves nice furry kitten brows. And so the way we're going to do that is we're going to totally draw on like an artificial shape using cake mascara still. So I'm going to again make my brush nice and flat, and then I'm going to like make these like big lines going up like this, like
Oh, that looks great.
like little hairs, like little hair strokes, and then just kind of fill that in underneath.
That looks so good.
Yeah.
And the cake mascara is very good for this as well. There's those little kind of
Oh
strokes.
yeah.
Makes it very easy.
See, and then underneath, I'll just kind of keep that like a blocky shape. I might try to bring that in a little more too. Yeah, I'm going in further than my natural eyebrow.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a look. Woo! It'll
It looks cool
all
though. It looks
it'll all
very,
make sense
yeah.
once I have everything on. I won't look so crazy. I'll look more like a cat.
And yeah, with
Who knows what?
this,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
oh, I
Amber.
was just saying, especially with these, it takes a while sometimes for everything to kind of meld together. And this one, it's just the eyebrows that are kind of unusual, but you'll find once it all goes and you have your nose and everything else, it really works really nicely.
Hmm. I was gonna say, who knows what this quote is from? My friends call me Whiskers because I'm curious like a cat.
I haven't thought about that in a long time. Yes, let us know if you know what that's from. Which it's a oh, that's
Oh my
a funny one. It's from
gosh.
something funny. It'll see if anybody gets
Yes,
it.
it totally just popped in my head right now as
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
We did have another fun question of what's your favorite musical? Since we're talking about musicals today.
Oh,
Also, sorry, Sarah got it right away. That's the Harry Carey impression from Saturday Night Live by Will Ferrell. Very funny.
so
Yes,
funny.
you nailed it right away.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. What's my favorite musical? Ooh, how can anyone pick? Um, well, of course I love me some Hamilton, and it's up there. If it's not my favorite, it's up there. Actually, it's what I listened to when I was in labor,
Oh,
because I was able to focus on imagining it in my head and reciting all the words because I know all the words. And then I wasn't thinking about labor as much. So it worked. It was a great distraction.
that's so
And so
smart.
my daughter was born to Hamilton, so I have to always love Hamilton now, for that
Oh,
reason. But before Hamilton came on the scene, I would have said probably Spring Awakening is my favorite musical. I really love that one.
that's good. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
listened to Spring Awakening in a long time, but there's a lot of very pretty songs in that one. I probably like Sweeney Todd the most of all musicals. Yes, that's my favorite.
That's a good one
I love
too.
Sweeney Todd. All the opposite things of just musicals with murder and weirdness, but Sweeney Todd is a good one. And I do. They have still the PBS version of the stage play. The Broadway version of it with Angela Lansbury, and it's usually streaming somewhere for free. And that's a very good one. If you've never seen it before, I highly recommend it. Ooh, so we're gone to the nose. It's so cute.
Yes, I'm becoming so very much aware of the shape of my nose right now. I feel also, what if I just stopped like right here? What if this was what I did? I don't look like a cat. I don't know what I look like, but I don't really look like a cat. I look like a
No,
crazy person.
yeah, I don't know what it would be. Some kind of like reminds me of some kind of troll person. Like reminds me of the rock trolls for some reason from Frozen. I don't think that's accurate, but that's
Okay,
what
so
it
there you
reminds
have
me of.
it. If you want to be a rock troll for Halloween, then stop right here. Just
Yeah.
stop. This is it. No, so when we're doing our nose shape, it's not going to cover your whole nose. You're going to go like the halfway point. So like I the bridge of my nose, you can maybe see if I go like this, is like here where it kind of ends and becomes the tip of my nose, like here. And then I started the line like at the halfway point. So not underneath and not up where the nose bone is, but like halfway on the tip of your nose. And I'm just starting by drawing a line straight down, and I'm going to kind of fill out the shape. And there's a lot of different ways you can do this. And the shape of the nose is going to end up kind of being like if you look like a cat or if you look like another kind of animal. I've seen people do a little heart, which is really cute. And I've seen people do this part in pink as well, like
Oh,
pink
cute.
lipstick or shadow. So that's an option. But I'm just gonna kind of do kind of like what Amber did. Oh, but Amber, it looks like you actually went even lower than me with yours.
Yeah, I wouldn't match mine exactly because I do think I look more like a bear
Hmm.
than a cat. On hers, when I looked at the pictures, it was really, really low. So again, that's kind of a more stylized cat anyway. Those
Do I
cats.
then should I go lower? Maybe I should go lower. You know what? That's
Well,
probably,
sure.
yeah.
Well, and
Let's
then because you
start
can always
lower
build
and
it
then
up
I can
then.
add.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the thing is, if you end up looking a little bit more like a puppy dog or a cute bear, then great. That's what you're aiming for the whole time, is what I say. Or
Yeah, there you
be like
go.
today, just wipe it off and try again. But just a
Okay,
fun
so
thing to
let's start a
do.
little lower. I've never done this. I've never put cake mascara on my nose.
I know it's funny, but
And it
it's
feels
like the
so
coverage
weird.
is very, very good.
This feels so funny
That's
to put this on
good.
my nose right now. Oh my
Yeah, it's
goodness.
there is something because you're using cake mascara, which you've used only for your eyes. It does just feel like, what? How can I even use it? But then as you get into it, or if you can think of it more as like, yeah, face painting, it helps. But yeah, I haven't painted my face
Yeah.
either in a long time, so it does take a little getting used
Yeah.
to.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. I
yay!
I'm glad that I started over and went lower and then now I'm working up. I'm liking this better. And
Good.
I'm just trying to not leave any empty spots around my nose here. I'm like, look at my nose, how I'm doing this. Um, I'm just bringing this like this to a little point right here. And you don't need to go like here or here. You don't need to go in your nose. Don't go in your nose. That's gross.
Just a warning.
Um, it's like less than you think, I think. Like less
Yeah,
space on your nose than you would think. Um, that's kind of like a cat's nose, right?
yeah.
Should I do more? I don't know. Gosh,
And
and I
that's
don't, you know what?
definitely
I don't have a
helping.
picture in front of me of like a cat because sometimes I can do a quick reference and then, but it's fine.
Yeah,
I'll
it
look it
is
up as I
best if
go.
you have a picture, just to make it easier on yourself. But again, this is kind of just for fun, and it is really fun to like go back and paint your face again. It does feel like a fun childhood kind of thing, and so approaching it with that angle, I think, is great for this Halloween.
Totally. Totally. Yeah. I gosh, I remember loving like as a kid getting face paint done for Halloween and stuff like that. One year I was Minnie Mouse and I
Oh,
had something kind of like this too. Really fun.
that's so cute. Did you have any favorites, favorite costumes from growing up? Oh no. So let me know, guys, if you can hear me and if you can hear Jene, because I think we're having a little audio issue. There we go, I think. Can you hear me, Jene?
I can hear you now.
Yay. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Sorry about that, guys. We
Okay.
just had a little
I
little fun time.
technical issue. Yeah, but I think we're better now, so should be good. Sorry about that. Okay. Um, is this looking, it looks even, right? Like it looks even on
Yeah.
both sides, I think. Sort of. I'm really becoming so aware of my nose and all the ways in which it is not a perfect nose. But you know what? That's fine because who really has perfect nose? Not many people, and that's okay.
No.
We are all
And
different.
also, we don't have cats' noses at all. So having to paint
That's right.
this totally different shape and because it's, a cat's features are just almost the exact opposite. So anytime you try to match it, even in just a cute, fun way, it is always a little harder than it seems.
That is true. Okay. I think I'm going to stop here with my nose. I think I like it. But of course, for you guys, everyone's noses are different. So the shape you do here might be completely different as well. But basically, do what I tried and what Amber recommended, which is starting as low as you can and then building up and moving around. And then we can get it going. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to like make just a straight line down and try to get it as straight as possible if you can. And then we're going to make like a little shape for your mouth, like a cat's mouth, like it's like a little whoop, 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 you know, like a little lip, kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
So with Cake Mascara, we're going to lip line without a Cupid's bow, so that it's that kind of arched shape. I think you did a great job of that, Amber.
Oh, thank you. On hers, the lips are drawn out and they have little down lines and other straight lines out from the lips. So my face does look much frownier. I do look more consistently sad even when I'm just happily listening. Just fun.
That's definitely a crooked line. Like that's definitely going to the side. I need to try that again.
That's okay.
I'm like trying to get it to go the right way. Let's see. It tickles. It really, really tickles to put a line there. Oh! Okay. Let's take the same approach as eyeliner then to get a straight line and just do it. I tried to just go straight down, then it was crooked. So we'll try to just do little bits at a time. Meet in the middle. Get it to where we want it to be. Okay.
And you can see makeup artists, all kinds of makeup artists doing that even when they're doing eyeliner on other people, that they often use just little tiny bits at a time to make sure it's really straight and that they're adding, that they can then have something thin and build on it if they need to. And I'm not a person, I just can't make a straight line almost to save my life in one swoop. So taking time, I think, makes a big, big difference. Or if you wanted something a little more subtle, you can also do that with powder and then blend it out a little bit. So it won't be quite as defined, but it will give you a similar thing if you're having a hard time with the liquid liner.
Well, I think I got it better on my second try by just doing little strokes. And now we'll try to do, it's the same idea as lip liner, following our natural lip shape, but just slightly outside of it and then not doing a Cupid's bow. We're going to connect the points in the middle.
I think I'm trying to remember, I always loved Halloween so much, and I'm trying to think of like the big costumes I love, but the biggest one I can remember is Cruella de Vil, which I think I mostly liked for the wig, which is a half and half wig is always a dream. And I was very excited. And we were in Arizona visiting my grandma, and I thought it was so, it was like 60 degrees outside to trick or treat, and I just couldn't believe how hot it was. And everyone was so concerned that we didn't have coats on. We're like, we're not from here. We could be out in this weather. I'm 10.
That's awesome. I like that. That's so cool. Cruella de Vil. That's a really good one. The wig. That sounds so fun. Let's see. Man, I just always loved Halloween, and I still do. What am I saying? But I love dressing up for Halloween, and I would pick my costumes like as far in advance as possible. Back in the days of like catalogs, when the Halloween catalog would come out and we'd get it, and like for like a costume shop or whatever, and my sister and I would like look over all the pages and like be like, oh, I could be this year, I could be that this year, and like just pour over these catalogs with excitement. Or a few years when I was pretty young, my mom would make our costumes. So then picking our costume would be like going to the fabric store and looking at all the patterns and then like picking which pattern we wanted. And then she would make it, which is super cool. I was Hermione one year, and that one was really fun. That was before the movies came out, or maybe it was the year the first movie came out. So I was pretty young. So I'm thinking I'm thinking it was probably then, like when the first movie came out, that I got to be Hermione for Halloween, and that was a really fun one for me. I talked in a British accent the whole night too, just to really like sell it, you know,
Great. Of course.
as one
Stay in
does.
character. I was a mermaid when I was 6, so that was right after The Little Mermaid came out. And we were gonna like put some hair dye in my hair, and then my mom didn't feel like it. So I just had, my blonde hair, and I had a leotard on, a long sleeve leotard that's just kind of my skin color, and a tail, and then real shells, on top of my leotard. And everybody, I swear, everybody we went around trick or treating was like, "Oh, are you Madonna?" And I was like, "No, my 6-year-old is not Madonna." And they were just normal shells. It wasn't like pointy. And they
Oh
just,
my
because I had my little
gosh.
blonde hair and my shells, they thought my mom dressed up her tiny child as
As
Cone Bra
Madonna.
Madonna.
That's
So
hilarious. You're like, I'm a mermaid. Oh my gosh.
I'm Ariel with the wrong hair, but still. But yeah,
That's so
yes, that
funny.
was people were confused. Very confused.
Okay, so we're not done with the lips yet. I'm just trying to use all the cake mascara first, and then we'll go back and do details. Um, but this is the lip shape we're going for. And if it's not
That
perfect,
looks
it's
great.
okay because we will be applying lipstick after the fact, so it will help if it's not totally a perfect line. You can kind of fix it later. Or you can just fix it, take it off and do it again if you want. Okay, so the last step with our cake mascara is to add little whiskers. So we're gonna do just little tiny dots right here on the like whatever this, what do you call this area under your nose above your lip? What is this called?
I think it's called a philtrum. Just an odd word, but I believe that's
Philtrum.
what it's called. I will look it up. But that below your nose,
There.
your upper
You're
lip
gonna make
below your nose.
little like freckle dots, kind of. Little bigger though. Doot, doot, doot.
Yes, it is called a philtrum. Just wanted to make it's the philtrum. Excuse me, is specifically the depression in the middle. So the rest is just kind of your above your upper lip.
Okay, well, you
Lots of
learn something
random
new every
facts
day.
everyone's learning today.
And then we're gonna give ourselves whiskers. Whee! I'm gonna
Woo.
do like 3 whiskers on each side, I think. So I'll
Oh,
start with the middle
cute.
one, and I will start here. You're gonna leave a little space, and I'm gonna go here and go.
And for people asking about our Disney collection, we can't say anything about it. So if you say, is it this or is it this? Unfortunately, we can't. We can't confirm nor deny. We can't mention anything about it because it's just part of the contract. So we're not trying to be cagey or anything. It's just how it has to go, unfortunately. But we will tell you as soon as we can. Like, we don't like waiting either. I would
And
love to
once
talk
we
about it now.
can talk about it, you better believe it's all we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk
Yeah.
about it so much, and you're gonna be like, remember when they couldn't talk about it, and now they can? We're gonna talk about it all
Yay.
the time.
So that stuff will be coming up, I promise. We will let you know. Yeah, we don't like keeping secrets, but it's just how it has to go, unfortunately. Yay! That is
Fun.
adorable.
So this, you can kind of see I started them like where my natural cheeks are, like the smile
Mm-hmm.
line cheeks. That's where the starting point was. And then I just sort of in like one motion just whoosh, whoosh, made a line, whoosh, whoosh. That way at the end it would taper out instead of being like blocky on the end. And
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of my method there. And I started with the middle one and then did one above it and one below it. And I would recommend not going like pointing any downward. I just don't think that would look so cute. You could also,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't want to do it this close to your nose, you could kind of do them out more on your cheek and make them like little short
Oh,
ones and
sure.
then add some blush. That could be a really cute look. But that's up to you. Okay, so how are we doing on time? Ooh, we are really going here. So, optional step is my next step, which is fake lashes. Actually, I'm kidding. I'm going to do lipstick first, and then I'm going to do the last step as optional step, which is fake lashes. So,
Great.
lipstick, I'm using blood red. I would
Mm-hmm.
recommend using a dark lip, unless you're doing like a cat of a certain color, like a tiger or you know, a cat with like a pink nose, pink lip or something, then do that. Maybe you're doing like Cheshire Cat and then you're going to be like purple and pink or whatever. That would be great for purple cake. Cheshire Cat,
Ooh,
purple cake.
that would be perfect. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to only apply it to my top lip. And I'm going to apply it pretty thickly on the top lip. Thickly? Thickly. That's a word, right?
That's a word.
And then what's going to happen is as I press my lips together, it will sort of leave a stain on the bottom lip. And that's what we want. That's all we want.
And as you guys, if you do a Cheshire Cat with purple, or if you, whatever you do for Halloween, we'd love you to tag us in your photos. You can tag us at Besame Cosmetics on Instagram. Oh, we would just love to see anything you do for Halloween. And also, if you do follow these tutorials, because we have had people say they tried it on their own, which we love. We would just be delighted if you take a picture and tag us for any of the tutorials at any time.
Yes.
Oh, that looks so good.
Thanks. So yeah, so it's much thicker on the top. And then what you can also do is kind of erase your lip line on the bottom here using powder, foundation, concealer, whatever you want, and then sort of blot it.
And yeah, because cats aren't known for just like super full lips. So we're kind of erasing our lips a little bit for this one.
Yes.
And I'm wearing, I mean, what I'm wearing today doesn't help much for color, but I am wearing Victory Red if you're curious. And it's smeared on purpose. Her lipstick is smeared in all the pictures. All the other smears are also on purpose, but the lipstick really was.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so yes, last step, optional step, lashes. If you're going to do lashes with your look, I recommend something that's thicker on the outside to really draw attention to that cat eye that we drew on, something that's really angled. And yeah, so short lashes toward the center of the eye and then thicker lashes toward the outside of the eye. And if you need help with lashes, if you've never done it before, if you're a total newbie, have no fear. I was a total newbie and then I did it right here on Tuesday Tutorials once. So just take a look back in our other videos on our channel and you will find tips on how to do fake lashes with our good friend Jess, who is a very talented makeup artist and works in our Burbank boutique. And she goes over all her hot tips and tricks for applying eyelashes. And now those are all the tips that I use every time I do lashes. So they will work for me and they will work for you.
And yeah, that's a good one to see. And we use the Lucy lashes in it, but it works with any kind of lashes. And we go through all the steps. And it's kind of nice because you can see, you know, when something's trickier, when the corner's popping off, what to do, all that kind of stuff. So that's just back an hour. It's a Tuesday tutorial just called How to Do False Lashes, I believe. And it's a really helpful one for that when you want more of a step-by-step guide. And like, look how fast Jene just did that. So fast. The first time you do it, it's not going to be that fast, and that's totally okay. So we go through each step, and it does get a lot easier with a couple of tries.
But like everything we do, practice makes perfect.
Yes, of course.
So I'm just
that looks so good. It really does add, and you don't have to have false lashes for this look at all, but it does help make it just accentuate that cat eye more, like you said, and give it that little extra kind of Halloween flair.
Yes, Halloween flair. I am full of Halloween flair.
Lately, as an adult for Halloween, my costumes are usually just, what can I wear the biggest fake eyelashes? I just enjoy doing fun makeup more than anything else. And the rest of my costumes just nothing special. But it's always fun to get to play around with makeup for the holiday.
It's a good philosophy.
That looks so good. Your stripes are so perfect for this. I really love the stripes in your shirt. And now you have your whiskers. It just goes together so nicely.
Yay, thank you. I know. Okay, and I think I'm done. And I think I'm going to wear this makeup all day long. And I may even go to the grocery store and I'm going to look like a crazy person. And people will be like, why are you dressed like a cat? I'll be like, why aren't you dressed like a cat?
You know what? with your mask on, they might not really be able to, they'll just think you have a very glamorous eye look.
That's such a good point.
So,
Oh dear. Well, I might look more
to
like
be a
a
secret
troll
cat.
with my mask on. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Anyway, here's the finished look. Here it is. I'm a cat.
Beautiful. I love it. I think that is so cute, Jene. Very cute.
Thank
And Jene
you.
was doing this as, and it's a like, give yourself a little extra time to do it because doing the nose and kind of the extra lines around the eyes are a little tricky, but they are very, very cute. And it's, with just a little practice, it's a pretty fast and nice Halloween costume. So I love it. Great. I was just seeing if you had questions. Excellent. So if you guys would like to get a head start on any of this stuff yourself, we have a discount, of course. So our discount is for the mascara brush set, and that small brush is what Jene used for all this detail, and the shadow brush, which she used for her eyelids, and it's such a good blending brush. Anyway, for 15% off, just use the code OCT615. So OCT 615, and that's also in the comments on the side. So if you want to do that, OCT 615, that put that in, that's good for 48 hours, and it's 15% off either or both of those brushes. And that's that. Yay, delightful. So we're gonna have another
Yay.
Halloween theme next week with a totally different kind of look. So we're excited about that. So bring any questions, or if you want to do a Halloween thing along with us, please do. We'd be so excited to see that. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you later. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.